So here's what I really think about travel trading. It absolutely sucks. We've all seen those day trading marketing ads selling you the dream of traveling the world, chilling on the beach, and banking Lamborghinis with a few clicks on your phone or on your laptop. And especially during the pandemic right now, where traveling out of the country is out of the question for many people, those day trading ads were giving me some very serious FOMO. So back in June, I packed up my bags and flew halfway across the world, from Vancouver to Canada to Taiwan, where I have most of my family here. Life is pretty much normal here. People are going out and about, going to work and going out to eat. All of that sounds great and all, but how does this affect my own trading? In this video, I'll be sharing some of my honest thoughts on travel trading. What are the pros and the cons, and what are some best trading strategies and some actionable tips for trading remote while on vacation? Whether you are currently traveling or not, this video will definitely give you some insight and help you focus on your own trading performance in a world of distractions. So if you appreciate videos like these and a change of backdrop and the fact that I'm filming in my parents' home, make sure to gently tap the like button. So let's start with the pros of travel trading first. And obviously that would be all the experiences of going out that you would otherwise never had a chance to do if you were just stuck at home day trading all the time. Which, as many of you already know, that was pretty much my daily life back in Vancouver. Like, I'm just a loner. I didn't really much have a life. So taking this spontaneous vacation to see my family here in Taiwan was an amazing break for my life. If there's one thing you need to know about Taiwanese people, is that we love to eat. And the food here in Taiwan is amazing. So I'm going out to eat almost every other day, and I go on these day trips with my family and friends around the whole island. If you haven't been to Taiwan, you should definitely add it on your list. Good food, good people, good culture, and good sceneries, you have it all here. The second pro to travel trading is that it provides you a mental reset away from focusing on the market 24/7, which was essentially what I was doing, even before the pandemic hit. I'd wake up to prepare for the market at 4 a.m. local time in Vancouver to get ready for the open at 9:30 a.m. And I'll trade until about midday and then take a break for an hour or two, and then I'll continue trading during power hour. Even after the market closes, I still will review the trades and read up on the news and help out other traders on my Discord trading community. I was living, breathing, and pretty much eating day trading all the time, even before the pandemic. Which, for the most part, this kind of hyper concentration on the market is great for my trading performance. But unfortunately, by doing so, I had lost a lot of my own humanity and personal connections outside of trading. So this vacation has been great for my mental health and a much needed break in general. But of course, to be able to trade and travel is not without some sacrifices and a lot of setbacks. Let's move on to some realistic cons of travel trading. The first is the lack of focus for your own trading. First of all, you have to understand that trading is 90% a mental game. Like I've often talked about before here on this channel, how you carry yourself in your daily lives will form a trickle-down effect and affect your trading performance. So for example, if your daily lives are a mess, or you're experiencing some issues with your personal relationships, or you have a lot of financial stress and you're worried about how you're gonna put food on the table for your family, all of those situations are extremely stressful and they are going to affect your trading performance. You may not be able to wait patiently for your setup to come and enter at the desired entries, or you may not follow your stop losses when the trade is going against you. And unfortunately, holding on to these losers for way too long and making these emotional decisions is what's gonna cause a small loss to turn into a big, unrecoverable damage. And ever since I gone back to Taiwan now to spend time with family and friends, my life has been extremely hectic and busy. So you can only imagine how much there is to take in for me mentally and physically. And like I mentioned earlier, trading is very much a mental game that requires 110% concentration. So I did find myself kind of distracted several times after going out and about during the day and coming back at 6:30 or 7 o'clock p.m. local time, trying to sit down and trying to pull my mind back and refocus it back on trading and getting ready for the open at 9:30 p.m. local time. And I'm not sure if this is going to make sense, but my mind could be like a wild animal sometimes, especially if there's a lot of things going on in my life at the same time. It's always just running around, bouncing up and down, left and right, trying to process all the information at the same time. It's hard to calm down. So maybe that's why I talk so fast. I know that too, but it's just literally impossible for me to slow down. It's much easier if you prefer to use the playback button. You can change the speed on your YouTube player. But in day trading, it's important for us to have a calm and collected approach in order to execute your trades really well. But thankfully, I know myself really well, and I already know about this inability to concentrate on trading while I'm traveling. And I have taken a lot of appropriate measures to make sure I'll still be trading fine. And I'll share the tips with you later on in the video. So if you appreciate videos like these and a change of backdrop, because I'm now filming in my parents' house in Taiwan, make sure to gently tap the like button. So on top of my inability to calm down my mind after a day of going out, there's also the distractions at home, which probably wouldn't happen if you were traveling by yourself or staying in a hotel room like I did for the first 2 weeks. But now I'm out of the quarantine hotel, I'm living in my family's home, and well, there's just some distractions. 先生，你没有看我在忙吗？
哦，开始。
奇怪耶，我重录了啦。Now, the second con to travel trading is that you'd probably be trading on a lightweight mobile setup like this one, which usually is subpar in comparison to trading at home on a PC tower. And especially when it comes to the lack of screen real estate. I have made 2 videos on my home trading setup as well as my travel trading setup. And I just have to say, I miss my home trading setup so much. I have an extremely fast PC gaming tower back at home that's connected to 4 full-sized monitors. On top of that, I also have an RGB mechanical gaming keyboard optimized with all the hotkeys. Don't get me wrong, my gaming laptop, Acer Nitro 5, it's still a beast. And I never had any speed and execution or processing issues. But like I said, the lack of screen real estate is a huge problem for me. Even with 2 additional USB monitors, all the screens are only about 15 to 17 inches, and that's really small. That means I could only watch 5 to 6 stocks at a time, whereas at home, I could watch up to 20. 90% of the work in trading is simply sitting there and watching and observing the market and waiting for the perfect opportunities to get in, not clicking buttons all the time. So since I can only watch 5 to 6 stocks at a time, that affects my trading drastically. Just last week, I was trading 4 stocks around the same time that were showing amazing setups. Well, I could have really used the extra screen space. 2 of those stocks, mRNA and NVAX, turned out to be big winners, which was great. But unfortunately, the other 2 turned out to be losers. I'm not trying to make any excuses. I understand now in hindsight that I really shouldn't have been trading all of those stocks at the same time, even though they were great setups. I really did the best I could to follow through with my plan and manage my risk while trading remotely. But if I had more screens and bigger space like I do back at home, I would be more equipped technically in order to take full advantage of all the setups and opportunities. On top of that, I'm just so sick of trading in a very cramped space like this one. When I was trading in my quarantine hotel, it wasn't as bad. I still had a table to put all my stuff, an additional laptop, and connect to the hotel room TV. But I definitely didn't have much of an elbow room, and my Lamborghini cardboard box was taking up a lot of space. Sadly, I did have to say goodbye and recycle the cardboard box. But in place of that, now that I'm in my dad's home office, I use a pile of books. So here are the books: The Art of War, some dictionaries in English and then in Mandarin, and some other books that I remember picking up with my dad when I was in elementary school, grade 6 or so. And even till this day, I still haven't fucking read it. The third con to travel trading is more specific to the current time. I did get a lot of comments in my travel setup video asking me why I would choose to fly during the pandemic. And that's a very reasonable question. Flying from Vancouver to Taipei for 13 hours was not fun, and especially when you have to wear all these personal protection. I was wearing a full-on N95 mask, a pair of glasses, and a full-on facial mask in front of my face. On top of that, I had to wear a full bodysuit. So to travel during this kind of time, you essentially have to be okay with not breathing for 13 hours and being kept in isolation in quarantine for 2 weeks after you arrive at your destination. I was perfectly fine doing all of the above, but I understand that's not the case for most people. I have a video on a day of my life in the quarantine hotel, how I was living, drinking, eating, and trading at the time, if you want to check that out. But here are some key takeaways from my so far a little bit more than a month of travel trading experience, and some actionable trading tips for you if you ever decide to take off traveling for a few weeks or a few months but continue trading in order to supplement your income. First of all, I would only focus on 1 or 2 setups that's high probability and you have traded many times before, and ignore everything else. And the reasons are pretty obvious. Yes, by focusing on only your bread and butter setups and the stocks that you know inside out, you'll be able to trade more effectively while traveling and save you a lot of headache. At the same time, by doing so, that won't require as much mental energy because, like I said earlier, you'll most likely be somewhat distracted and the focus just won't be 110% like as if you were trading from home. Second, I would downsize your share sizes by at least 30% to 50%, if not more. Again, this goes back to reducing your stress and protecting your mental capital. If you're on vacation or traveling, you most likely won't want your trading to affect your mood. Sure, by downsizing, that probably means a lot less profit at the end of the day, but trust me, you don't want your trading performance, whether you're red on the day or green on the day, to have a huge psychological effect on your ability to be able to enjoy your trip. It's by following these 2 simple rules that I've been able to go out and about and enjoy the day with my family and come back and trade the market at 7 p.m. local time. Despite the fact that this month of travel does mean a lot less profit due to the fact that I'm trading less and I'm using a lot less size, I'm still able to maintain a very positive month with a few red days and still get to enjoy time with my family, whom I only get to see twice a year, and doing all of the above with relatively little stress, which is all I could ever ask for.
谁要丢垃圾？
Well, I did say relatively little stress. I really hope this video gives you some very real insights into the problems of travel trading. It's not always rainbows and sunshines where you go chill on the Eiffel Tower and coming back to bank Lamborghinis. Real life just doesn't work like that. If you enjoyed this video and the yelling from my Taiwanese family in the background, make sure to destroy the like button. otherwise my mom will continue to yell at me. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. I'm the Humble Trader coming at you from Taiwan, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the bad jokes. If you want to see more day trading content, make sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more. If you'd like to trade with me daily and get my free weekend watch list and trading journal, make sure to check out the links below for more resources. Stay green, stay positive, and I'll see you guys next time.